Hey there, and welcome back to The Wine Fool. I'm Scott, and today we're taking our wine drinking journey to one of the most iconic wine regions in the world, Bordeaux. Now, Bordeaux is often referred to as the wine capital of the world, and for good reason. It's home to some of the most prestigious vineyards and labels known as Premier Cru estates. Bordeaux's unique terroir creates an ideal environment for grape cultivation. The region is divided into several subregions, each with its distinct character and flavor. In Bordeaux, the terms left bank and right bank are often used to distinguish between two of the major wine grape growing regions. These geographical destinations are essential for understanding the wines of Bordeaux. Let's take a look at the differences between left bank and right bank. Left bank. So the left bank region of Bordeaux is located to the west of the Gironde estuary and the Garonne River. It primarily includes the Médoc and Graves subregions. Cabernet Sauvignon is the dominant grape variety grown on the left bank. The left bank is known for its gravelly, well-draining soils, which I guess not surprisingly are excellent for Cabernet Sauvignon. Wines from the left bank are often characterized by their structure, firm tannins, and their ability to be aged. They tend to be a little bit more powerful with flavors of black fruits, cassis, and often a touch of cedar or tobacco even. Their words, not mine. Some renowned subregions on the left bank include Pauillac, Margaux, Saint-Estèphe, and Saint-Julien. These are areas celebrated for their Premier Cru estates and are known for producing some of the world's most prestigious wines. Right bank. Not surprisingly, the right bank is located to the east of the Gironde estuary and the Dordogne River. It includes subregions such as Saint-Emilion and Pomerol. As opposed to the left bank, Merlot is the dominant varietal of the right bank. Right bank soils vary, but clay and limestone are often prevalent. These soils promote water retention, which is beneficial for Merlot and Cabernet Franc vines. The soils here are associated with wines that tend to be softer and more approachable in their youth. Wines from the right bank are typically characterized by their lushness, round tannins, and earlier approachability, so they don't have to age quite as long to be good. They often feature flavors of red fruits, plums, and floral notes. Saint-Emilion and Pomerol are the most well-known subregions of the right bank and are celebrated for their Merlot-dominant wines. So where does that bring us? Essentially, if you're a fan of Cabernet Sauvignon, you might want to consider a left bank Bordeaux. If you prefer Merlot, right bank is probably the side for you. Now, unfortunately, they don't put that on the label. And for Americans or anyone who is used to the American way of labeling, this is where we can hit a barrier to entry, or essentially like a roadblock on our journey to drinking great wine.
Coca-Cola for les infants. Deux champagne américain.
So how do you find a decent Bordeaux? A little research helps. I found Googling actually didn't really help me a whole lot. It gave me the really expensive Bordeaux's. Try an app like Wine Searcher or Vivino. They allow you to take pictures of your wine labels and look them up, essentially. Vivino is a little bit more user-friendly, but if you're looking for professional reviews, you want to go with Wine Search. If you're lucky enough to have a wine shop with a sommelier, be sure to ask them. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Another way to tell a good Bordeaux from a mediocre one is that the French actually have a quality rating system. It gets a little complicated, but the word cru, you might have heard me mention before, it's a word that's used to indicate a high quality vineyard or group of vineyards. From there, you've got Premier Cru and Grand Cru, and so anything with those on it will be of good quality. Bordeaux has even more subcategories, so it really does get a little confusing, but seeing the term cru on a French label is always a good sign. Today, given this was more of an educational episode, I'm only tasting one example. This is a 2019 Chateau La Plage Bordeaux Supérieur, which essentially ranks it below the cru level and just above the table wine. This particular wine is a 60-40 blend, Merlot being the predominant, so more than likely right bank being the dominant grape. Let's give it a try. Again, if you've watched any of my previous videos, this has been out for probably 15 to 20 minutes. This was chilled. I had this in the wine fridge at 50. It's been out for probably a half hour. So hoping, we're closer to that sort of, 60, 55 range. Per wine enthusiast, this easy open wine offers soft tannins and juicy black fruits. It is fresh, lightly spicy, and ready to drink. Let's give it a try. Yeah, definitely getting those dark fruits, right? I'm getting a little bit of leather, like leather, oak. Cheers. Whew. All right. Light-bodied. The tannins are there. It's not lacking tannins, but to the point. They're softer. Dryness. A little bit of mouth-watering, so a little acidity in there as well. Can definitely see how the Merlot is sort of pushing it in one direction versus the Cabernet Sauvignon, and that 60-40 blend is taking it to an interesting place, really. This would be great with meats, red meats. Another one that would go great with some cheese. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I did a beginner reds and how they're approachable. This is approachable. Again, probably not your first red. And I don't know anybody who's just going in and picking a random French wine off the shelf. I hope not. I know I wouldn't. So there we have a little glimpse into Bordeaux. It's a complicated, it's not an easy journey. Again, you're not going to walk into the wine shop and just grab Bordeaux off the shelf and be on your merry way. I don't think it's going to take a little effort. But again, if you're that wine fool level 1 looking to take that next step into French wine, especially, Bordeaux's a really good place to start because it's got that familiar base. We're talking Merlot and Cab Sauv. That's as basic as you get, I guess, in wine. And, here they're taking it to another level of blending it. This is a very simple blend. Essentially, you've got both of them in it. It can be that much more. You can have 4 or 5 varietals in a bottle, and that's what's giving it its uniqueness beyond sort of your straight single variety, bottles of wine. Bordeaux has a rich history, diverse terroirs, and a tradition of winemaking that stretches back centuries, especially when compared to wine in the US. A little complicated to decipher those labels, but well worth the effort. In our next episode, we're going to be exploring a couple of wines that have appeared in the top 10 of wine enthusiasts' 100 best value wines of the year. So until then, stay foolish and cheers to drinking better wine.